Hello everyone, this is Dr. Neeraj Kherwal. I'm working as head of R&D at L1X. Today we are going to see something interesting. As of now, we have seen how we can simply compile, deploy, initialize and run contracts on L1X VM, say be it fungible token, NFT, NFT 1155 or transfer native token as such. So today we are going to see how we can make cross contract calls across L1X blockchain network. So as an example for this, we are going to see these smart contracts and they are working. So we have two smart contracts or two projects in simple terms you can say. First one of them is this one, which is to store the name of the contract as such, details you can say. So if we just simply run through this lib.rs file, you will notice it has simple functionality of get name, add name. Okay, so that this is just to give you a demo. And we have this another project, another smart contract as such, which has the functionality to, you can notice, add the name. So in the sense, if I call this function of this first smart contract here to add the name, it will get added through the cross contract call. So let us quickly start with this. So we will first start with this one. So we need to follow the instructions that has been mentioned. So this is a simple L1X contract for the name storage, just to store the names and retrieve them. So we know that we need to set up the environment and all. We will start with installation process, in the sense creating the project. So first of all, I'll just make a different folder for it. I'll name it to L1X underscore cross contract. Okay, and inside this, we'll go inside this directory and now we will create the project. So let me try to give the name as what. Okay, I'll simply give as the name is project1. Okay, for simplicity. So we'll let us open this in code to have better visibility. And next, what will be required to do, as we know, we need to get the lib.rs file and the cargo.toml file. So we'll quickly go to the lib.rs file, copy the code from here, go to this project source lib.rs and replace this existing code with our contact code. Similarly, we need to go to cargo.toml, delete it and get the cargo from here. We are copying the raw file. Okay, putting it here. Next step is to build the contract. We need to traverse to the project and do cargo L1X build. So we'll go here, we'll traverse to our project 1 and do cargo L1X build. So once the contract is compiled, we'll be able to get the contract object file. Okay, so now the contract has got compiled. We have got the object file. Next step is to go for deployment. As we know that we first need to have some wallet with some faucet to deploy a smart contract. So as we know the process, I will make sure that I'm using Node version 18 and then I'll import the wallet. using the command L1X CLI beta wallet import followed by the private key of my wallet. We will put the private key and import the wallet. Now we copy the command to deploy the smart contract. Now once this contract is deployed, after that we will initialize the contract. To initialize the contract, we will copy this command, and as we see, the contract has been deployed and we are required to replace this deployed contract address with the actual deployed contract address that we have received on running the deployment command. So let us initialize the contract. Okay, so once it is initialized, we will be able to go for usage. So as we can notice, we have simple functionality to add the name and to get the names. So let us copy this command. The contract has got initialized. So as we follow the general practice, we need to replace this init contract address with the initialized contract address we have received. And apart from that, we need to give the arguments. So in this, as you notice, we have given the name as L1X by default. So let us run this command. This command will add the name. Okay, and the next command that we have is to get the name, in the sense to retrieve the names. So as we notice, we are not required to give any arguments for this method call, but yes, we are required to give the init contract address. So this is the initialize contract address. And yes, see, we are able to get the name. So as of now, what we have been able to do is we have created one L1X project, a simple smart contract which has the functionality to add name and get the name. Now the next step that we are going to do is we are going to create another project and then initialize it with this first project instance address to ensure that we are able to make the cross contact calls. So let us see this procedure. So this is done, the first part. Now I'll move on to the second project. It's readme part. So for this purpose, as we know that we will have to create another project, for which what I will do is I'll simply add another terminal. Okay, open another terminal. So if you notice, I have created open another terminal, and then here first we will traverse to the folder that we created for the cross contact calls. Yes, and at this place I will create the second project. So for the purpose of simplicity, as we have seen, I'll name it to project 2. Okay, and since we have this code open, yes, we're able to see that the project 2 has been created with the default configurations. Now as we know, we need to get the lib.rs and carbotoml file. So I'll simply go here. Okay, get this lib.rs file, copy it, and replace this default existing one with the code that we have here. Similar is the procedure for toml file as well. We will copy this raw file and put it here. We have saved it. Next is this is done. Next step is to build the contract. For this, we will go to the project and do cargo L1X build. So here we'll go to this project 2 and we'll do cargo L1X build. So as we know, once the project is built, we will get this object file, after which we can go for deployment. And as we know, for the deployment purpose, we need to import the wallet having some faucets in it. Okay, so let this compilation process get complete first. So let us check. Okay, so the contract has got compiled. We have got the object file as well. So now to start with the deployment, we will first ensure that we are using node version 18, and then we'll import the wallet with the command L1X CLI beta wallet import and give the private key that we have here. Okay, so the wallet is imported. Now we'll copy this command to deploy. So once this contract is deployed, next we come to initialization of the contract. Now one important thing that we need to notice for this initialization of the cross contract call, we need to give the contract instance address of our first project in simple terms for this purpose, right? So we'll simply first copy this command. Okay, put it here. As we know, our contract has got deployed, so we will need this deployed contract address to be placed in this command at this position. We put it here, and then as we know, we need to put this initialized L1X contract address, the first one that we have. So I will switch to our previous screen that we had. This is the one, right? And we will check our contact initialized address. This is our initialized contract address, which I'll copy from here and put in the argument here in the second project initialization. Okay. So once this project is initialized, what I would be able to do is I will be able to add the name from here. Simple terms, right? We can make the function calls. So here, as we notice, we are adding the name xtalk as such. No issues. Okay, so if you notice, this is my first screen, right? Okay, and this is my second screen. If you notice, project 2 here. Okay, so now our project has got initialized, and we'll try to make a cross contract function call to the method of the first project as such. So as we know, first of all, we need to put the initialized contract address here. So this is my initialized contract address. Let me copy it, put it here, and as we have seen in this case, the argument we have already set it to xtalk, so this is okay with us. So simply run it. Okay, so this has got run successfully. So what I'm doing is I will switch to my previous screen of project 1, and here what I'm trying to do is I'm trying again the same command to get the names. So if you notice, we had run this command previously, get names. Okay, and this is the initialized contract address for the first smart contract. What we are expecting in this output is, along with this previous name that appears on the screen, layer1x, we should have the name that we just now added, which is nothing but xtalk. So let us see the output. Run this command and see the output. So if you notice, in the output we are able to see layer1x and xtalk as the name getting added to the first project, right? So which means that we are successfully able to make cross contract calls in L1X blockchain network. So this is it for this video. See you in the next video. Take care. Thank you so much.